What's up, Fantasy Freaks? It's Rob, the NRL Fantasy Freak, back for my round 9 review. Bit late with the video this week. Been putting in some hours at work and yeah, also been trying to do the buy planning segment and stuff and make it look alright. So, anyways, round score 1045. Was a massive scoring week for a lot of people, so I lost ranks down to 2109. Team values looking good though, and going through the team, got the captaincy wrong on May, should have had Cleary, was 1 week out on that pick. Mamazelis with the injury with 25, so he's a sell. White and Wong both got 50s, which was good. Yo with another 50, disappointing. Haas with 88, solid. Kaltoga with 35, not great. Lucas 63 was good. Sharp 76, insane. Tamale 52 is awesome, having to play him with Garrick out. Brimson with 28, just hate watching that guy play. He doesn't look like he knows how to kick for a half. He should have been dominating that game and he wasn't. And the way he rushes up and gets fended off, it's just not good for fantasy. Horse with 43 got the HIA and he's going to be out this week, so he's a sell with Origin coming up as well. Nicholson 63, amazing. It's great to have him in the team. 80-minute edge, and Raiders are looking good. Clark 58, he was a great buy. 70 minutes, I think, so great to see those minutes. Egan with 79 was awesome to get a big score out of him. Hubner with 35 and Savala with 50 and King Tongia 47. He was a great purchase as well. Looking at the Experts League, in first place is Liz Dexick, Nath from the JBFA, 211. He's flying. And bottom rank, Nikki from JBFA, 18,006. So we've got the full spectrum. Average rank of the experts, 5,304. Hopefully by the end of this season we can see that push close to the 1,000 mark. Highest round score was Mark Jessup from the Fantasy Amateurs with 1,190. And lowest round score, 984, was the Talking League pod. Average round score, 1,078, so you can see I was a bit below that. Looking at the table, Brenton in second, Austin from Fantasy Amateurs in third, and I'm slipped down to fourth now. Yeah, I've got some stats on the next slide. So the average expert this week dropped 482 ranks. The team value is 13.383 mil and trades used is 15. Rank change, the biggest rank change, Mark Jessup jumped 6,202 ranks. So it shows that you're never out of it. And biggest rank fall, Talking League pod dropped 5,897 ranks. So on the flip side, you're one bad round away from plummeting. Team value, highest team value, Mark Jessup, 13.731 mil is insane. And Nicky on 12.976 mil, as you'd expect. Why he's struggling, his players just haven't performed. And trades, lowest trades used 13, the JBFA private group, and most trades used, there's 4 teams that have used 17. So looking at the NRL Fantasy Freak Expert template, First off, the key trade-ins and trade-outs from the expert last week. We had 10 trade-out Toya, 6 trade-out Jenkins, 5 for Watson, 3 for Campbell, 3 for Ponga, 3 for Toa, 3 for Hubner, 2 for Kant, and 2 for Egan. And most traded in player was King Tongia for 12, Aaron Clark 8, Dylan Lucas 7, Scott Drinkwater 4, Riley Smith 2, Fanua Blake 2, and Hugo Savala 2. So the big talking point this past week was everyone jumping off Toya when he went berserk. So that was unfortunate. My reason for selling was to reduce my coverage on Roosters. So he was a good hold otherwise, but I had too many Roosters. Jenkins has been dropped to the bench, so he was a good trade out, even though he had a great score as well. Watson got moved to the halves, and so he had a low one, so he was a good trade out. Campbell, unfortunately, 3 coaches trading him out, and then he's named the very next week, so that's really unfortunate. Ponga had a 60, so he wasn't a great trade out that week. Toa 3, Hubner 3, yeah. Hubner went average last night, so he was a good trade out. And Egan had a great score, so he was a bad trade out. King Tungia did well, Clark did well, Lucas did well, Drinkwater did well, Riley Smith did well, Fanua Blake had a down game, and Savala did well. So the trade-ins were all good from the experts pretty much. Fanua Blake, though, he's been playing low minutes, so that was risky trade in my opinion. Looking at the expert ownership breakdown, the lowest player I own, 25% owned, is Naf White, but he's got that dual, and the Roosters buy coverage is good, so he's a hold. Brimpson was a low, one of my low ones, and Nicholson at 40%. So the template: Peter Mamouzelos at hooker, 25. May, Horse, and Haas in the mids. Couchman and Egan in the edges. Cleary and Fogarty in the halves. Toya and Garrick in the centres. Marzu, Sharp, and Carraz at the back. Yo, Wong, Clark, and Hubner on the bench, with King Tongia, Kautoga, Tamale, and Savala making up the emergencies. So that team would have scored 1,136 this week. So the whole point of this segment is to, basically the theory is the closer your team is to the expert template, the better you'll do. And as I've put there, the rules of the squad is it must have at least one sub on the interchange for each position, and the team value must be under the average team value for the content creators. So that's how I got that team. Let's move on. So looking at the potential sells this week, I had Horsburgh at the top with only 1 point of value. He's out due to the HIA protocols, and he should play Origin, so he's a sell for me. Mamouzelos with the dislocated elbow, I think he's out for 6 weeks, so he's an easy sell. And Brimpson, as I mentioned, he's a tough watch, and I just want him out of my team. He hasn't got much more value in him, so easy sell for me. Ones that are on the list to go in the near future: Tamale with the dual is handy. He's peaked in price though, so he is an option to sell if someone were to come up. But I am playing it pretty lean at the back, so it is handy to have that dual cover. Hubner, as I've mentioned, I don't really rate him, but he's got that lock spot back, so He was a hold this week. Yo, coming off 250s. He's not doing too great, and he's out round 11 and then Origin probably. So he's going to be a sell for me next week. And Kaltoga, 35 last score, and he had the other horrible score before that. So he's not looking too reliable. So he could be a definite sell in the near future. So I've ranked them. Mamouzelos number 1, definitely. Brimpson number 2. Horsburgh 3. You could keep him because if he doesn't make Origin, he's decent. But I think Tapine is a better buy anyway. Yo at number 4 and Hubner at number 5. So here's my potential buys for the week. Because I'm recording this so late, some of this I can talk to some of their scores this week. So Jaden Campbell got 60s, and I expect him to average 65. So he was back early, gun wing fullback, and he still had value, high upside, and I learned not to worry about the injury. Just go for the upside and deal with the injury if it happens, and it paid off. Aaron Clark I already own, but I still think he's a buy if you don't, with 4 points of value, and he's handy for round 12. Farnworth, I picked him up. Gun center, won't play Origin, and I said to pick him up when he has a good run, and that good run is now. And he had a great score. Lucas, I already own him, and you should definitely have him in your team with the dual edge center for the Origin period and pretty much till the end of the season. And he had a great score as well. Tavanga, so expected to average 51. He's got a low BE of 6, great PPM, dual position, Gerbo moved to prop, so that shows there's something there that Jazz could get some bigger minutes, and he's a high upside play and a safe play in my opinion. 12 points of value. Adam Fanua-Blake, expected average 48 seems a bit low, but his minutes are reduced, it seems, at the Sharks, and that was the worry. They have quite a few mids. Lowman's 40s, 3 of the last 4, which is bringing his price down, so wait to see if his minutes increase and then jump on. Scott Drinkwater, gun fullback for Origin period. I don't trust him coming off 2 big scores though, so I wouldn't be buying him. And Savala, he's great value. So if you need to loop in a big score, you could get him in. If you don't, but you should already have him. And King Tongia, I got him as well. Great value. 47 straight out of the blocks. Low BE. Buy him. And Riley Smith, coming off a 54, and he's got another 50 this week. So owners will be happy with that. He's getting good minutes, but with Lussick in hands around, it just put me off, and I just reckon Jazz was a easier option, and having the dual as well is handy. So ranking them: number 1 Campbell, number 2 Farnworth, 3 Tavanga, 4 Drinkwater, and 5 Riley Smith. So here's my trades for this week. Traded out Mamouzelos, Horse, and Brimpson, and brought in Farnworth, Tavanga, and Campbell. And looking at the who's hot and who's not, so King Tongia, Lucas, Clark, Smith, and Tavanga. So Smith's the only one I haven't got in those top 5. And who's not, Mamouzelos, getting rid of him. And all the rest I don't own. So my score, I'm already 417 for this week. Haas with the vice captaincy 70. So that's promising. May could beat that. Farnworth was 70. Great score, great try. And Dylan Lucas 69, and a try for him as well. So those centres look awesome. Sharp with 59. Started off on fire and was a bit slow in the second half. And Campbell was 63. Great score as well. Playing slightly injured, it looked like. So happy to have that. Even though I had a feeling Brimpson was going to go big this week, I would much rather have Campbell in my team. So I set up the loop with Kautonga first. So 55 for him is awesome. So definitely taking that score. Hubner with the 31. I think that's borderline. So I'm going to move Tamale and King Tongia up. And hopefully we can get a few extra points from those two more than the 31 from Hubner. I don't think it's too much of a risk. 31, so I was thinking 40 as a, what would you call it, as an expected score. If he got 40, then I'd keep it. So it's just to get that few extra points if possible. And Tamale's averaging 51 the last three, and King Tongia with the 47 last week. So their form suggests that they can outscore that 31. So my current rank 1436. So made some ranks already. So very happy with this round so far, and I will just go through a bit of buy planning. So I've got the team set up for the next 4 rounds, including this one. And I've got the last 3 average there, so I've highlighted their scores. They're green if they're over 50. If they're between 40 and 50, orange, and below 40 is red. So you can see this week nearly my whole starting 13 is over 50, which is great. And then I've got the ability to loop with the 3 roosters, and into round 11 same pretty much. I've got only 4 that are under 50 in my top 15, is it? So very strong team, and I'll be able to loop Cleary. So that is with me trading out Yo for Tapani and Hubner to Saifidi next week. So yeah, I had enough for Hubner. I don't really rate him. And Saifidi, I think he had a 60, and I was already high on him before. So until Jazz came up as an option. So I'll definitely be happy to have him in the team. As you can see in my plans, I don't know if I need Tapani, and I could potentially get Drinkwater or Karaz instead. And I'm also not sure on whether Yo, White, or Wong are the styles, because there's definitely plenty of options there. So as we look at round 11, I don't need White in my starting 13 or Wong. And then in round 12, I've got White, and I've got Tavanga there, so I don't need Tapani, and I'm having to play Tamale. So potentially that could be Drinkwater or Karaz, and have Tavanga in, which I'm thinking if he's going to average 50s, he's not much worse than Tapani. But then Tamale's going good as well. So it's a tough one. It'll be a see if any new info comes up basically. And same with Carrez. If he doesn't make Origin, he's a great option. So round 12. So I've got 2 spare players for round 12. So that is good. Means I can afford to have an injury or two and still be able to field a full team without making any trades. And round 13, the same. Got a deep squad with only 2 out in Farnworth and Kautoga, so I'll easily be able to field a full squad without making any trades. So yep, that's pretty much it for this week. So hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.